Hello, by Todd here, all things archery and shooting. I got a bow review for you. This one is going to be on the TopArchery 3-piece takedown bow. This bow retails for $119. You can get it from Amazon or directly from the manufacturer at toparchery.com. I was contacted by the manufacturer, actually TopArchery in China. They sent me an email saying they wanted me to review their newest 3-piece takedown bow if I'd be interested. And I said, sure, absolutely. So after a couple of emails going back and forth, they sent me this one here. This is a 3-piece, beautiful actually, gorgeous looking bow, 3-piece takedown. It's a 50-pound bow at 28 inches, 60 inches overall AMO. Comes with everything you see here in the box. It comes with your two rabbit fur silencers. It comes with a glove. It comes with an arm guard, an Allen key to put the limbs on. It comes with some bowstring wax. Comes with a standard, not a fast light, it's a standard Dacron string, and it's not waxed, it's dry as anything. Okay? Comes with a calf hair rest, and this is, I mean, it's falling apart completely, probably from being on the ship coming over from China. And then it comes with a nice little bowstringer. Okay? Talk about the accessories first. The rabbit hair fur socks, I use those a lot, those work great. Okay? The glove is very small, it doesn't fit my hand. I've got an average size hand, maybe a little bit larger, but not that very big, but will not fit me. Also the same with the arm guard, it won't fit me. So I assume that the people in China are a little bit smaller than we are here in America, because this fits my wife just fine, but it doesn't fit me. So they're nice, they're real leather, they're good looking glove, but they're just too small. Alright, this is bowstring wax. And the Dacron string, I'm surprised the bow is rated according to the webpage for a fast flight, but they send a Dacron string for it. And I mean, this string is really, it's dry. It's really dry. It's not even waxed, okay? They're little bare calf hair rests, like most people send. These are pretty decent rests, but this one here, I guess they're being the heat, everything. The backing on it is just peeling right off. I mean, the sticky part's not sticking to the calf hair. So, that's no good. And the leather rest, these are nice. These are little quick leather stringers. They work really well. They're inexpensive. I've got several of these. I like these a lot. They work really well. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and what I did on this bow here is I went ahead and added my own rest to it. Okay, because this one I can't use. So we're gonna and I'll probably be changing the string out to a fast light Flemish Swiss string. And after I do the test on this bow, we'll test it with this string here. I'll put it on and wax it up. I did measure the weight of this bow. It's supposed to be 50 pounds at 28 inches. Well, this bow is actually coming in quite high. Coming in at 53 pounds at 28 inches, so not 50. And at my draw length of 29.5 inches, the bow is pulling right around 57 pounds, just under 57 pounds, okay? So it should be a pretty quick little shooting bow. We'll see when we get out there. The limbs on this are bamboo. They got two layers of bamboo in there, laminated together, plus black glass on front and back. What's nice about the bow, there's no like decals in on the limbs, which I like a lot. Only thing it has that little bitty writing right there in the side. Keeps the bow nice and simple and clean, okay? Again, the tips are reinforced. You can see that clearly. They're reinforced, so it will support a fast flight. The riser is only 15 inches, a small riser, but it feels really good in the hand. The wood is really beautiful. It's got a lot of this nice grain, like this real hard, like phenolic stuff in it. It looks like almost phenolic. It's not wood, it's like a hard plastic or carbon or something, but it's really pretty. And it's got wood laminated to it. It does have a radius rest, which is really nice, so it gives you good arrow clearance. All right, it is pretty light for a 3-piece takedown. Okay, so let me get you a close-up shot of the bow, then we'll head out to the range and give her a shot. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the bow. First, look at the riser. See, it's got the like phenolic in it. It's really pretty. It's got the real beautiful. It's got a real pretty grain in it. The grain's really nice. All right, there's the radius rest I was telling you about. I put my own hair rest on there with a leather back plate. It's pretty. That's the only writing you have on the bow is right here. That's the only writing that's on the bow. Okay. It is 2 layers of bamboo, as you can see. All right, laminated together. And then of course you got your black glass on the front and the back of the bow. Here's the reinforced tips. As you can see, they're reinforced, so they will support a fast flight string. You better look at them there. Yeah. Okay. I like it. There's no markings on the bow limbs or anything. Like some of these companies, they put these huge like silkscreen numbers and letters on them and their name and size. I don't like that. This is very clean, very nice. Only numbers on this bow are right here, which are on the limb. That gives you your weight, and that's pretty much all it says is your weight, which you can see it right there. I can get into focus. There it goes. Okay. Here's a better look at the rest area. See, it's radiused. I love look at the grain. The grain's beautiful in this bow. It's got a nice grip to it. It's a medium grip. This is the top limb coming up. Again, nothing on the limbs, which is really nice. It does have that 2 layers of bamboo, so it should be quite snappy. And again, reinforced tips. Okay. Here's the back side of the bow. This is really, it's got a cool little, I guess it's getting the lead from Bear Archery. That's a little coin buried into it right there. It says TopArchery. But look at the grain up there. The grain's really pretty on that bow. It's got like a matte finish to it. It's not a real shiny finish. So it's a really pretty bow. It does have some, if you look right here, some tooling marks on it. And a couple of the tooling marks, which are, let me see, like right here on the front, a little bit of tooling mark there from sanding. So it's got a few tooling marks on it. I don't really see any glue lines, but it does have several tooling marks, so it could have been finished a little bit better. But overall, for $119, it's a really beautiful bow. Still can't believe these Chinese can build these bows so cheap. Okay, let's head out to the range. We'll put this thing through its paces, see how she shoots. All right, I'll see you out in the range. Okay, hello, everybody. Todd here, All Things Archery and Shooting, and we're on the range today. We're going to be testing this TopArchery 3-piece Takedown Recurve. We're going to be testing with 2 arrows on the range today. First arrow is going to be a 500 spine. Total arrow weight will be 400 grains, which gives about 8 grains per pound of draw weight. Has a 100 grain target point on it, 75 grain insert, and 4-inch turkey feathers. The next arrow we tested out today will be the same 500 spine arrow, but this one has a 150 grain point up front and a 100 grain insert, and 4-inch turkey feather gives a total of 500 grain, which is about 10 grains per pound of draw weight. We're going to shoot 5 arrows across this chronograph and see what our velocity is. Then we'll test them for accuracy. We'll test the bow for accuracy, how well it shoots, hand shock, and overall feel of the bow. All right? All right, let's get started, okay? Here we go. Okay, first arrow we're going to test is going to be the 400 grain shaft. 5 arrows. Here we go. $189. Okay, first arrow is going to be the 400 grain shaft. I'm about 10 foot in front of the chronograph. Chronograph's about 10 foot in front of the target. Here we go. First arrow. $189. Second arrow. $201. Third arrow. $198. Fourth arrow. No read. Try that fourth arrow again. Fourth arrow. $192. Fifth and final arrow. $189. Okay, now we're going to try the 500 grain shafts. Let's reset this. Okay, Here we go, first arrow. No reed. Okay, first arrow. 186. Second arrow. 182. Third arrow. 'No reed. Okay, third arrow. Duplicate, 182. Fourth arrow. 184. Fifth and final arrow. Duplicate, 184. Okay, now we're moving on to how accurate the bow can shoot. We're going to use these 1/3 life-size hog target and that 1/3 life-size bear target. I'm going to put 3 arrows on this target at 20 yards. I'm going to put 3 arrows on that target at 30 yards. See how accurate the bow shoots. Let's get started. Here we go. First one's 20 yards. Okay, first target, 20 yards. Okay, first 20-yard group. Not too bad. Got 2 touching in the 10, 1 and 9, about 2 inches apart. Now we're going to move on to the bear target. Put 3 arrows on it at 30 yards. Okay, bear target, aim right here on the top of the shoulder, 30 yards. Okay, here we go. We got one over here. This is to the left. Probably group wise are about 3.5, 4 inches at 30 yards. I got one in the bull, one outside, another one outside. All right. Step back, we'll get some shots of how the bow tillers, how it shoots, and I'll see how it does. Just do some more shooting. Okay, here we go. Take some more shots of that bear target down there. 20 yards. Not bad. Okay. Okay, this is that last 20-yard group I shot. 2 inches, 20 yards, all in the bull. Let's head inside and I'll give my final thoughts on this TopArchery 3-piece takedown recurve. Okay, what y'all think of that range session of this bow? I gotta say, I was pretty impressed with this $118 bow. It shot really well. It's reminiscent of me, it reminds me of shooting a black hunter bow. It shoots very similar to that bow. It's quite fast too for a recurve bow. Alright? So let's go ahead and get to my grading system. I'll grade this bow the same way I grade all my bows on 6 criteria. That criteria being the quality of the bow, specifications of the bow, the shootability of the bow, how fast the bow shoots. We're going to how quiet the bow is from the factory, without any kind of string silencer or any kind of sound system on it, and then the value of the bow is good value or not. Okay. Let me give you my likes and dislikes about the bow, and then we'll move on from there. Okay. First, my likes about the bow. For $119, I think it's a good value for the money. It's a really good value for the bow. It's a beautiful. I love the wood in it and the phenolic black. It's a really sharp-looking bow. There are, like I said, there are some tooling marks in it, which I'm not happy with, but that's to be expected. Okay. Bow shot really well. There's no hand shock or no vibration. I did shoot it with the standard string, which is it's not a fast flight string that comes with it. Okay, but it's still shot fairly fast with that string. So I'm sure with a fast flight string, it'll shoot even better. The bow's lightweight, shoots really well. What I don't like about the bow, well, like I said, there's some tooling marks on it, and I wasn't too happy about the string they sent with it. You figured for a couple of dollars, they could send a fast flight instead of a standard string with it. Okay. Overall, there's really nothing I don't really like about the bow. I mean, it's just a good shooting bow. I mean, for $119, you really can't beat the value of the bow. I mean, it's a good looking bow. I mean, I gotta say one thing about the Chinese, they build some really nice stuff for very inexpensive. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the 6 criteria that I rate all my bows on, that being the quality, specifications, shootability, speed, how quiet the bow is, and also the value of the bow. First would be the quality. The quality of this bow here, it's a fairly decent quality for a Chinese import. There are some issues with the bow that I've noticed. It does have some sanding lines in it. The limbs don't quite meet up with the riser. There's a lip on each side. They're not quite flush with like it's supposed to be. You do have some issues in the riser with some sanding swirls here and there, not many. All right. Mostly the issues are on the limbs. So they could, overall, for a Chinese bow, it's about what I expect. So for quality, we'll give it a 7. Specifications of the bow, it's supposed to be a 60-inch bow AMO, 50 pounds at 28 inches, and it's supposed to be fast flight rated. It's supposed to come with several accessories. It comes with an arm guard, supposed to come with a glove, your rest, your string, and your silencers. It came with all that with no issues except the glove and the arm guard were a little bit small for me. The string that came with it though was a Dacron string. It wasn't a fast flight, even though the bow was rated for fast flight, so I'm surprised about that. So it was a Dacron string, and the string wasn't very good quality. Needed to be waxed and everything. So overall specifications of the bow, we'll give it a 7. Okay. Shootability of the bow, that's how fast I picked the bow and get on target with it. Well, the shootability of the bow was really good. I was able to pick this bow up right away, get on target with it, start putting arrows on target at 20 and 30 yards without much effort. Bow is quite accurate. It is consistent. So shootability, I'll give it a 9. There was no string shock, and no bow shock, no twang, no string vibration, no nothing. It's got a super smooth draw too, really smooth draw. So the bow pulls really smooth, and it's just a great little bow. So shootability of the bow, I'll give it a 9. Speed of the bow is quite fast. That basically because of the bamboo and the limbs. And at a 400 grain arrow, this bow is pushing a 400 grain arrow at 195 feet per second with 34.6 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. Now, folks, for a traditional bow, recurve bow, moving 195 feet per second, that arrow's clocking, buddy. And 34.6 is very respectable kinetic energy at the end of that arrow. The 500 grain arrow, which is your 10 grains per pound of draw weight, you're getting about 184 feet per second, which is very respectable, at 38.7 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. So again, the bow is fast, and it does shoot hard, and it does shoot, really good. So, speed of the bow, it's not the fastest of the recurves. My Bear Kodiak 59 is a little bit faster. I think it was around 202 feet a second with the same 415 grain arrow. I think it's like 188 feet per second for the 500 grain arrow. But still, the bow is quite fast for a recurve. And I've tested a lot slower bows, but this bow is quite quick. So we'll give it an 8 on speed. Quietness of the bow. Well, the bow's not real quiet. It does have a little bit of thong to it. You can actually hear some limb smacking up top, which that could be silenced with some bow limb silencers and string silencers, I'm sure. But out of the factory, it's not really quiet. So we'll give it a 7 on quietness. For value of the bow, for $119, you can't go wrong with the bow. It shoots really well. It's, I mean, for $119, you get a good value for your money. It's built really well. It should hold up. You don't have to worry about taking this bow, throwing it in the back of a pickup truck, or banging into a tree in a tree stand, or drag through the woods. I mean, $119, how can you go wrong? So value, I'm going to give it a 10 for value just because it's such an inexpensive bow. All right, so that gives us a total of 48 out of 60, which puts the bow in the top 1/3 of all the bows I've tested. So that's pretty respectable for a $119 bow. And I've had some other bows, $700, $800 bows that I've tested that didn't quite score as high. So for a bow for $119 to score that high, that is respectable. Let's talk about what I like about the bow, what I don't like about the bow. First, what I don't like about the bow, there are some sanding marks which I think could have been addressed a little better than they were. Overall, I mean, they're not too bad, but and also the limb fit to the riser, I don't care for too much. It could have been a lot better as well. I didn't like the idea that it came with a Dacron string, even though it's rated for a fast light string. And I would have liked to have used the accessories with like the glove and the arm guard, which I normally shoot with a tab, but I haven't been known to shoot with a glove. It is a nice looking glove and a nice looking arm guard. Also, the glove and arm guard are really nice quality. I'm surprised. They're really good quality, nice quality, soft leather. I mean, they're really built really well. And the glove with the reinforced tips on. I shoot mostly with a tab. I've been known to shoot with a glove though, every now and then. But probably neither one of these fit me, so they're too small. So, all right, let's talk about what I like about the bow now. Now, what I like about the bow is quite a bit. The bow, I mean, the finish on the bow, the grain and the phenolic. I guess that's phenolic. I'm not really sure what that is. It's a hard plastic or fiberglass or carbon or something, but it really gives it a nice little two-tone, really pretty look to it. I do like the idea of the radius rest, you get a lot more arrow clearance. I mean, the bow does shoot really smooth and really fast, so you can't complain there. And I mean, I like the little TopArchery emblem, it reminds me of the old bear bows. Overall, I mean, I've enjoyed shooting the bow, and it will make a good hunting bow, I think. I mean, something I ain't got to worry about, take out in the woods, bang around, throw it in the back of my pickup truck, you know, knock branches out of the way with it, whatever, you know. So it's a great little bow, and it shoots really well. So I do like a lot. There's a lot I like about the bow. So let's talk about what I recommend this bow for. This is more of a beginner bow. If you're coming from the compound side to the traditional side, you want to use get this bow here. It's not expensive. Cost is $119. What's unique about it is the grip. You'll find the grip's a medium grip. It's almost identical to a compound grip. So if you're coming over from a compound, you'll find this grip fits you just like a compound does, and that'll make it easier for your transition. Also, because of the radius rest, and its center, it's cut all the way to the center too, which is really nice. Very important to complete the center. So tuning your arrows will be really easy with this bow as well. And the bow is quite accurate too, and very consistent. It does like a heavier arrow better than the lighter arrows. I found that when I was shooting on the range, that the heavier 500 grain arrows shot better with the bow than the lighter 400 grain arrows. But overall, I mean, for someone coming right from a compound or someone's getting a traditional archery, it'd be a perfect bow for them, all right? All right, I'm going to leave some links down on the bottom. You can get this bow from Amazon for $19. I'll put a link for it. You can also get it from TopArchery from their webpage. I'll leave a link to their webpage as well. There should be a discount code listed there for you guys as well, too, so look for that. I want to thank you guys for watching. My channel's almost hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm looking forward to hitting that 10,000 point. And with y'all's help, I know I'll get there soon. And if you guys haven't already, please hit the subscription button. And also next description, you'll find that little bell icon. Click that bell icon, notify you upcoming videos. I started a new series here called Shooting Shorts. It's usually a 1 or 2 minute video of me shooting different things and different trick shots and things like that. So I've already posted a few, so be sure to check that out. All right. I want to thank you guys again for watching, and most of all, thank you for your support. And until next time, y'all, have a great day. Ciao.